So we recently got this egg dispenser to put in our refrigerator to hopefully save space, and more importantly, does it actually work? So let's first tackle that saving space. Now maybe you're in a different country and you put this in your pantry because you don't refrigerate your eggs, but in America we refrigerate our eggs because that's how they come. So how does it compare? So here is a case of a 2 dozen eggs, and you can see it's about the same size as 2 dozen eggs. So if you have a carton of 2 dozen eggs that you usually put in your refrigerator, this one will be about the same amount of space. Now you can see though that the eggs, as they're in the carton, are going to be flat, whereas your egg dispenser will be up and down. So that's going to change the way your refrigerator uses the space. And this means it has one of those tall areas where you usually keep milk, drinks, the big tall gallons of stuff. So it has to be in that area. So think about that if you're thinking about buying. So the other thing is, what if instead you wanted to buy 5 dozen eggs? So we often buy 5 dozen eggs, and so we actually got 2 of these to try and help us alleviate all the space. And you got to think about this too. If you're going to put eggs in here, what are you going to do if you don't? If you have leftover eggs, right? This is not going to hold 5 dozen eggs. You can just tell by the size difference already. There's no way this is going to hold all 5 dozen, and it does not. But is it going to save you space? What are you going to do with the other eggs that that don't go into this egg carton? You're still going to have this somewhere somewhere in your refrigerator, or maybe you buy those. Still have some small cartons to put your eggs in. The leftovers that don't fit in here. But let's see, does it work? All right, so I just happen to have a whole bunch of eggs that, well, I took out of it because I wanted to show you how you got to load it. Now, unfortunately, the eggs do not fit in through any of these other spots. You might wonder, why are all these holes in it? You're about to find out. So you can set the eggs in, and you do want to be a little bit careful because the egg could break or crack if you let it go too fast. So you just rolls down, there it goes. And no, I guess I could, fill it from the bottom like this. I guess that's another way if you want to make sure your eggs do not break. You can fill it in from the bottom. Once you get to here, what's going to happen? You got to push that egg up. So you kind of see, maybe you can see that egg right in here. It's going to be pushed up and has to go up to the next level. And then you get to a certain point, it doesn't really work anymore. You have to kind of force feed it that way. So you can do it that way, fit them in this way from the bottom up. That's probably the safe way if you don't want to break your eggs. And by the way, maybe you're counting how many eggs I've been putting in. Maybe not. It's okay. When I get done, I will tell you the count because I've already counted them because I know how many eggs. So this might be one of the easier ways to actually fill it, now that I think about it. You might be wondering, what is the other way to fill it? Well, the way I was doing before, from the top down. But you can see, now you see why there are holes in here. So that you can finagle the eggs in the thing itself. You don't want them sideways, that's not going to roll. You want them flat this way, it's also going to be the best space. So you can see the egg was kind of going pretty fast there. There we go. As you put them in, there it is, that's another one. And there we are. Now we're just going to fill it up from the top. And you can see sometimes they roll in, sometimes they don't. And you do need to be careful because I already did crack one of the eggs as I was playing with this earlier and trying to fill them in. I was just letting it go full force down the ramp and into the egg container, which was not the right way to do it. All right, so right there, maybe I could fit one more. But to alleviate your concern, this is 22 eggs. 22 eggs is how much you can fill. So if you have one of these 2 dozen cartons, you buy a 2 dozen, a carton of 2 dozen eggs, you got 2 left over. You got to think out where you're going to put. Or if you buy an 18 count, you're fine. You buy a dozen count, you're fine. But then you got to figure out, is this going to be worth the space? Now, how does it actually work? So you pull the egg out the bottom, and the conveyor belt has the eggs roll. Now, you can see that one was clean. Oh, that one was clean too. So you can see it looks very clean, right? It works. Oh, they're all doing good. Let's keep going. Let's see if this continues throughout the whole rack. Uh-oh. Already you can see it's stuck. So that's why they have the holes. So you can finagle some of the eggs on the inside. Because it's not going to always. Oh, see right there, it didn't even go through. So I have to pull this one down. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Actually, maybe loading from the bottom is a good thing. Because this is actually better than I've ever seen it run. Oh, there's a gap there. See, I can't put any more in, and I keep taking it out. what I have to do, I have to finagle it. This egg right there was the one that was stuck. If it goes sideways, and it happens frequently, then the eggs get stuck. There we go. But all in all, it is actually a nice space saver as well. So I'm about to put it in the refrigerator, and you can check out, and let's take a look. How does it save? Oh, they got messed up again. As you can see, you have to finagle a little bit, and it's not so bad. You can do it in the refrigerator too and finagle them around, because you can reach around and push it in. There we go. Okay, so now it's back. So now it's back to rotation egg. Let's see. Let's try one more. Yeah, there it goes. 22 eggs. So let's take a look at where it sits in the refrigerator. So now that we filled up our egg container, where can it go? Well, some people suggest you put it in the side door here, but in this refrigerator that we have, it's not going to work because we have a double. Each door is about half. So I guess it could fit in this one if you want to empty out all the stuff they already have there. Personally, I'm not really interested in doing that. So we fit it into the top drink area. Right over here. We had to buy two of them because we eat lots of eggs. We wanted two of those right there. We put it here where it has a nice high shelf, because this is where you put your cartons of milk, your cartons of juice, the big cartons. And what else you can do with the space up top? So yeah, we do think it's a very convenient way to save space, because our eggs used to sit down here, but that took up a lot of space because it was horizontal, and that took a lot of space. But now that they're vertical, it really actually kind of take up less space than they do when they're horizontal. So this is the egg container. If you're interested, well, then go ahead and get one from Amazon. Links in the description. And if you want to see some other gadgets, you can click on the link right over here.